YouTube channel. This is Ambafx. This is a weekly analysis and forecast. So let's go to the fundamental first. The one we saw last week in the fundamental aspect, in the news aspect, is the most important one last week is the ISM manufacturing PMI and the what we call the NFP. So when we check the ISM manufacturing PMI that was dropped on earlier on Monday, we saw the negative report right there. That is it comes out weaker than expected. The market forecast is 52.5. The previous one 52.7, and then we have 50.9 report right there. And on Tuesday we saw the AUD interest rate, which comes out lower than expected. They have their interest rate cut, which because have a weaker AUD last week. So on Wednesday we saw the ADP non-farm employment change, which comes out better than expected. Now there is a proposed 75 basis points hike next month by the Fed. So that's what we are that's what the market is pricing now, the 75 basis points. And then on Friday too, we saw the unemployment rate and then the employment change, which comes out better than expected, which make us have a stronger USD at the end of last week. So we have the unemployment rate going from 3.7 to reducing from 3.7 to 3.5, and the non-farm employment change, which increased from the market forecast, that is the forecast 248, and then we have 263k. So last week, how it affects the currency, we have a weaker AUD when they cut their interest rate. SND2, the interest rate came out as expected, and it's not even a good one for the New Zealand. So we have a weaker New Zealand last week. So I think we still look into that this week. I think we should continue the Australian dollar weakness, New Zealand dollar weakness, and the dollar strength. Although EU strength too is something we should be looking out for this week. So checking out the fundamental this week, let's see what we have this week. So on Wednesday we have pounds GDP to be dropped on Wednesday. So although last week we saw a bounce off from the low from the pounds, so I think there should be a continuation of pounds strength if we see a stronger GDP there. But if you see a weaker GDP, then we should be looking for the pounds weakness. So the previous report was 0.2%, and then the market forecast is 0.0%. So let's see how it goes right there. And then on Wednesday we have a PPI. This I used to measure inflation. So on US dollar. So we have a PPI report on US dollar, and PPI report is a report that is used to what, to measure inflation. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Maybe we'll have a stronger report or a weaker report, because market is pricing a stronger report, because the previous one is minus 0.1 and the forecast is 0.2. So on that Wednesday too, there is FOMC meeting on that Wednesday by 7 p.m. West African time. So on Thursday uh, is the one that is the due day for next week, maybe throughout next week. Thursday is one of the most important day, because they are going to drop their CPI data. So this is what we should be looking out for next week, because we are still in dollar strength era. So this one will tell us, maybe we will continue, dollar will continue this strength, or there will be weakness coming into play out for the currency. So the previous one for the CPI is 0.1 and market is pricing 0.2. That is market is pricing that we should have a stronger CPI report. So um on Friday we have the core retail sales and then the retail sales in US dollar. So I think the US dollar strength should continue with all this report, with the employment rate and unemployment rate report, with the ADP non-manufacturer uh, report, and then with the proposed 75 basis point hike next month. So let's check the technical aspect. So we should see DSY going to 119 in the coming month or coming weeks. So we might even there might even a break above the 119 mark. So let's because we have a bounce of at this particular support level at 10103, that is coming from Thursday when they dropped the ADP, and then Friday when they dropped the NFP. So that is why we have a bounce of this area. Then we saw a rally in US dollar. So this week we can just see a small retracement, and then we should see a rally to this particular area, the first rally to this particular temporary resistance, and then we should see a rally to 119897. So this going to this week, we just have some we don't have that kind of let's say that much trade to look out for. So we just want to uh to price the what we call the dollar strength, and then what we call the Australian and then New Zealand dollar weakness. So the first pair we should look out for next week is pounds USD. As you can see, we are still in a downtrend. So technical analysis tell us that we have a breakout of this we have a breakout of this trend line, so which means that we are in a downtrend. And if you can see this very well, you should see something like a head and shoulder, the neckline, the shoulder. Then this might be the first take profit. As you can see, this is head and shoulder. So let's delete it and then indicate it. So this sound more like a resistance level. So let's say we are breaking out this particular support, and then because here like this it's a support right here, then it has broken out and retest, so now becomes a resistance at this particular area. But mind you, we are still in the neckline. So what we'll be looking out for here is a breaking of this particular neckline. So if you see the break of this neckline, we should be looking, let's say we have a break of this neckline to this particular area, then we should be looking for just a small retracement and a sell to 1.08036. That's our first take profit. Then if you break this level, then we should be looking at 1.03940 as our second TP. So that is that about JPUS, because all we can see here is that we are in a long-term downtrend, and we have break this, and this looks like this is an head and shoulder. I hope you understand. And if you want to do the aggressive entry, then we can enter from here. Depend on the kind of trader you are, you can enter from here and put your stop loss above. Then you should go for, let's say 1 to 3.6 risk to reward ratio. But if you want to be on the safer side, you can wait for the break of this neckline to be able to make your decision. So the next pair you want to look at is GBP USD. GBP USD too similar with the movement similar with pounds USD. As you can see, we've break. Let's use the daily time frame, the higher time frame, to check. Seeing this still tell us that we are still in a downtrend. That is, as you can see, we are still in a long-term downtrend, and we have a rejection at this particular area too. So this tells us that we might still see a sell-off to this particular area. So if you want to use the trend line to take our profit, we should be seeing a move to this particular area, a move to 94841. So let's zoom it and see what is going to happen right there. Let me eliminate all these words. So going back to the 4-hour time frame, let's zoom in proper. So on Friday, when they dropped their on Thursday and Friday during the ADP manufacturing reports, and then the NFP, so we saw a big sell-off on Euro USD from here. So what we should be looking at here is that we should be looking at because on Monday we have US bank holiday on Monday, so there might not be a trading activity like that. So we should be, during that period, we should be seeing a, let's say, a reversal, a move to the upside. Then maybe on Tuesday we should continue the rally in US dollar, then should move to 0.94833. So this is what I'm looking at, a retracement and break of this particular neckline, because this is a neckline right here. So we should see a retracement to the upside, and then a break of that particular of this neckline, then a move to 0.9. This is the target right there. 0.94765 is my target. And if we do not see a retracement, if you see a breakout of this neckline, then we should be looking to sell to 0. So my bias still remain bearish on Euro USD. So the next pair we want to check is SND USD. As you can see that we are still in a downtrend, and then last week we sell this particular pair from here, then we took our profit somewhere around here. So we are still not hitting we've still not hit the target yet. So what we are still waiting for here is this week we can see a retracement to this side, then we'll see a move to 0.547. So any retracement you see is an opportunity for you to look forward to look for a bearish setup. So we are still in a downtrend in NZD USD. So the target is 0.54795. So we have break through this particular trend line. So you just see a small retracement, and then you might see a retracement to this particular level, or to this particular level at this area, because we have a resistance level here. So you should be seeing a bounce of around this area, then to 0.54795. So the next one we want to check is AUD USD. AUD USD too, we've broken through the trend line. We break through the particular downward trend. So this is how it looks like. We might see a retracement to this particular level, then a move to 0.61522. So 0.61522 is that I'm bearish on AUD USD2 because of the dollar strength, and then AUD weakness. They have their interest rate cut last week, so, and then we saw a very higher than expected report on US dollar NFP, and then we should be seeing a stronger dollar and a weaker Australian dollar. So which means that we might just see a small retracement coming to this week, and then we'll see a bounce, a rejection at this. We might see the rejection coming at this particular area. So just know that any retracement you see is an opportunity for you to look for a bearish setup on AUD USD. So the next one is Euro AUD. So Euro AUD, in a long term, I think we've resumed the uptrend, and then as AUD weakness come into place and Euro strength coming to play out, we should see a further move to the upside in Euro AUD, because fundamentally Euro is strong, and then AUD Australian dollar is weak. So we see last week we see a break of this particular trend line. So let me show you the trend line in the higher time frame. In the weekly time frame, this is how the trend line looks like. Then we see what we call a breakout of that trend line in the weekly time frame. So let's go to the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, we saw a retest last week and a bounce around that particular area. So using the 4-hour time frame, we might see a what we call a move to this side, then a rejection at that particular area. So this is what we are looking out for this week. A move to this side, then a bounce up to 1.61262. So we might see rejection, and the reason why we might see rejection here is the 4-hour time frame. We can see we have a temporary, something like a minor resistance at this particular area. So this looks like more like a head and shoulder stuff like that. So you might just see a move to this side, then, because one of the reasons is that we have some buyer losing momentum here. So we might just see a move to this particular area, then a bounce up at that level to what we call the 60 or 1.61262 level. So the next one we want to check is AUDCHF. So this one we've been selling this, we've been shorting this one since let's say 2-3 weeks ago. So right here to we are looking for the short or the opportunity to sell at this area. So if we use this line, we can see that we have a breakout of this particular area already, and we have a retest. Hope you understand. So the line is used to filter the noise of the candlestick. So that's the usefulness of the line. So using the line, we can see that we have already break through this particular trend line, then it has retest. So we should be looking to have a sell setup to 0.62462. So let's use the candlestick back. So as you can see, you can just see a, let's say, a small retracement, then a rejection to 0.62. So I'm still bearish on AUD Swiss franc. So that is due to the AUD weakness, and we might see a Swiss franc strength coming to play. So let's, even though the Swiss franc is okay, let's go back to AUD. Let me explain further. Even though the Swiss franc too is not that strong, but AUD is one of the, I think is the weakest last week. Yeah, it's one of the weakest, AUD SND. So this week too, I think we should continue the weakness. So the next one is SND JPY. And the one thing about I need you to know about JPY is that I think they will keep pumping money to their economy as maybe as time goes on. Maybe when they feel that there is no need to do that again, they might stop. So coming days, we should have a yen strength in the coming days, and then another thing might happen. Hope you understand. So this is not a financial advice, it's just uh, my thoughts on it. So SND JPY, we have break through this particular trend line again. We have a fake breakout at this area, then it bounce off. So we have a rally to this particular supply level. So we have a supply level at this area which it rejected. We have a supply level at this area which it rejected, and we have breakthrough this particular trend line that serves as support level. So if you see a move to this particular area, then a continuation to the downside. So any retracement you see here is an opportunity for you to look for a bearish setup to 79,341. So AUD, as you can see, most of these pair are AUD, and then US dollar. So this is what we want to bank on this week: AUD weakness and dollar strength. So here too we have the break of this particular, as you can see, most of the AUD and SND pair, they look somehow like AUD USD2, SND USD2. It's looks alike with SND JPY and then AUD JPY. So here too, so this is what we'll be looking out for this week. Here too, we should be looking out for a retracement, then a move to 89,747. So should be looking at a rejection at this particular area. So that's that about AUD. So the next one is NZD CHF, that is New Zealand dollar Swiss franc. So this one too, we should be looking at maybe a small retracement to this side, or you might see a retracement to this particular area, then a move to 0.5334. So we are still on as in the dollar weakness, AUD weakness, and dollar Swiss franc strength. But Swiss franc strength is not visible to us. Only the dollar strength is visible to us due to the fundamentals and then the technical report on DSY. So the last one we want to check is Canadian dollar yen. So last week we take this trade from here, and I think we took our profit somewhere around this area. So Ambafx team take the trade from this area, then we took our profit here, and most of all those trade we analyzed last week, most of it, let's say 90% of it, did wonderfully well, and we take our profit there. We don't have any losing trade last week at all. We don't have. All the trade we took last week is a winning trade, so including this one too. We took maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. So took it from here and took our profit somewhere around here, something like 60 to 70 pips. So here too, we can still see the continuation to the down side from Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. More reason why I say that is that you can see that we have break to this particular trend line, and then we see the rejection at this particular supply level. So we might still be looking forward to rejection to this level, to this 102,560. So let's see how it goes here. And before you can sell this, just know that we have to break this particular consolidation right here, because you can see the consolidation at this particular area. So if you break to the consolidation, then you can say, or if you want to enter based on let's say you want to trade the range, which is not advisable, so we can just enter here earlier on Monday, then you took your profit you take your profit at this particular area, then you can wait for it to break. Then if you see a break of this particular range right there, then you should just cross your arms or fold your arm and see what is going to happen next, because you might see a break of this trend line to the upside. So anything can happen right here. So but my bias still remain that bearish pressure might comes in, and then you might have it to this area. So if you are new to this channel, please press the subscribe button, like and share. So let me know your opinion in the comment section about the dollar strength and then the AUD weakness, and then you can share your ideas too in the comment section based on the fundamentals and some technical aspects. So a big thank you to all of you that have been subscribing to this channel so far. So have a lovely trading week.